Okay, we'll start with Bora. You said since those restaurants are owned by a major company, then they don't have to pay a high interest for debt. Uh, uh, because those restaurants were owned, yeah, since actually saying since is kind of hard, but because those restaurants are owned or are owned by a major company, then they don't have to pay a high interest, and you don't have to say for debt, but you pronounce it as DEP, D-E-P. It's actually pronounced debt, D-E-T. Yeah, debt. Yeah. Or you can say they do better because they pay low interest rates. I guess, yeah. They make low interest payments, or they have low interest rates. Then you said mussels with fries and beers was quite good. You don't have to make beer plural. So mussels with fries and beer, yeah, was quite good. Nari, there are a lot of young generation in Seoul compared to Busan. There are a lot of younger people in Seoul compared to Busan. And so there are a lot of the olders in Busan, but it should be older people. Recently, many people has changed their styles, so many companies changed their trend. Recently, companies changed their market trends. I'm sorry. Companies changed their markets to match the current trends. Recently, companies changed their markets to match the current trends. The person for delivery put their goods on the locker, the delivery person, or the what is it? Yeah, we'll just say delivery person. One of the service for the one-person household. One of the services available for one person. I'm sorry, for a single household. We call it a single household or a single person household. Bohi, I feel so crowdy. It feels so crowded. I have to wait a long time to entry. I have to wait a long time to enter. I don't success. It wasn't successful. It's about the misunderstanding the fat in the human's body. The documentary is about the misconceptions about misconceptions about eating fat. Misconception is MISCONCEPTIONS. And you said, I can feel success. It felt successful. Kevin?
Yes.
The city in Seoul is so busy and got it stressful. You don't have to say the city in Seoul because Seoul is a city. So, Seoul is so busy and very stressful. They do not have any humanism. That's kind of hard to say. They're not very. It doesn't feel very human. Yeah, it doesn't feel very human. When I decide to go to a restaurant, at that time there was no Korean information book of that kind. At the time, there was no. I think you meant a travel guide, right? There was no Korean travel guide available. At that time, there was no Korean travel guide available. Or actually, there was no travel guide available in Korean. I'm sorry, yeah. The restaurant is just low quality and high expensive. The restaurant, it's a low quality restaurant that was very expensive. Yeah, we don't really say high expensive. You can say high expense, but that's usually what we talk about for cost for a business. So very expensive. Inhe's not here, but she said, on my way this place, on my way here. And Ellen, Seoul is safety. Seoul is safe. I went to many untourist places in Southeast Asia. We actually don't call it untourist, but not touristy. Yeah. There's also a phrase that we use for that. We call it off the beaten path. Yeah. Do you know what they mean by beaten path? Like so many people have walked down the same path that you beat it down. So off the beaten path means you don't go the same path as everyone. So some people, they like to travel and adventure, they go off the beaten path. Yeah.